Hey folks, welcome back. It's time for the last 10 of the glorious D30's 30-day challenge. Of course, I didn't record these in the same order as I should have been, and I may have put other videos in between, and I didn't do it in 30 days or less or whatever. That's just too much dedication. No, I decided I wanted to break them up so that way you don't get like 3 videos in a row of me just talking about myself. And instead we get, in-betweens that, have much better quality. Even though I don't provide very good quality content. I don't even know why you guys watch, but if I can at least make one of you guys smile or be entertained, it was a good day then. So, leaving where we left off, number 21, favorite dragon, color, type, and etc. My favorite dragon... Like, the classic part of me, the loves of the classic, would have to say the red dragon, because they seem such an iconic dragon color, and such an iconic dragon type of, Dungeons and Dragons, or fantasy in general. But my favorite would have to be the black dragon, because their breath weapon is acidic, and I feel like that's just a little bit more terrifying than fire. Like, fire is pretty terrifying, burn your face off, give you terrible burns and all that. But acid? Whew, that's evil. Alright, number 22, favorite monster overall. That is a hard choice. That is a hard choice because there are so many monsters I like. I like rust monsters. I like the beholders. I like, God, I like a lot of things. I like dragons. I like wyverns. I like kobolds. I like goblins. I like... God, I like a lot of things. But my favorite overall... I'm going to go with goblins, because I like that little chaotic mess that they are. They are just a psychotic, chaotic mess. They exist purely to cause chaos in order to survive. They don't think. They're not smart. So whenever they think that they've done something grand, the rest of us be like, yeah, good job. It took you how long to figure that out, buddy? But they are so amazed by such advanced technology, it also often seems like witchcraft to them, or magic. And also they're terrified of reading and writing because they're stupid. But they're my favorite because they're so easily manipulated as from a player to an NPC standpoint. Least favorite monster. Oh, shit. Like, least favorite monster to fight or to throw against the players? What? I mean, there's some bad ones out there, but... I think my least favorite overall, though. My least favorite overall would have to be the flail snail. It was a very goofy looking creature to me. It was like a giant snail with spiked balls for where the eye stalks are instead of eyes, and it spins those around and like whacks you with them. And it just seemed like a doofy thing to me. Like, really? Like, the hell is this? Anyways, favorite spell. Prestidigitation. I don't know if I said that right. I have a speech impediment. That's actually one of the words I can't say very well. That spell is magnificent. Yes, it is a level 0 or cantrip wizard spell, and it has so many uses. Sure, it can't do damage, but think about it. You can create or snuff out a small flame. You can create sparks, a burst of wind, chill or warm food or water. You can create a smell. Shake the earth. No, thaumaturgy is shaking the earth, which is another favorite spell of mine. But prestidigitation has so many uses for a level 0 spell, and they don't always have to be combat oriented. You can create an image that can fit into the size of your hand. So you could create an image of a person that you saw, and it's like, I saw this person, and it pops into your hand. I saw this person doing it. Or he was the one who I saw murdering him, or he was the one I saw stealing the stuff. You can create a small crown and place it on your head because why not? You can create an image or a marking Now, it doesn't say how big the marking is, but you can create a marking on the side of a wall or a person or something. You know, things like that. It is such a multi-useful spell, you just have to be imaginative. Let's see. Favorite magic item. Favorite magic item. See, I don't really plan these out. I just kind of go with it. I want to feel more natural while doing this. I don't want to make it feel like I'm scripting or anything. What is my favorite magic item? There's like... I like useless magic items. I like magic items that you get from the bargain bin that aren't really all that great. But they're not all that bad either. Like the Staff of Squirrels. It summons squirrels. It doesn't let you command the squirrels. It doesn't let you do anything with the squirrels. It just summons a squirrel. You tap it, summons a squirrel. There is a squirrel. That's it. And that's literally a magic item. I don't even remember where I heard it from. I might have like dreamt it up or something. I have no idea. Staff of Squirrels is my favorite magic item because it's useless. Unless you like eating squirrel. Favorite mundane item. There's a lot of mundane items out there. A lot of them are really good, too. Like, manacles are really useful. Thieves' tools are really useful. But, yeah. Favorite mundane item. I guess it would have to be... It would have to be from the current campaign that I'm playing in as a player, where my cleric, Ignis Fimond, goes around. The reason being is... the item he carries with him is a alms box. You know, alms for the poor. He has a small charity box that he carries around and essentially, you know, pesters people to give money to those who are in need. And he's a cleric of Valakur, which is the, you know, goddess of mercy. So he gets money together. He brings it back to the church. The church uses it to buy medical supplies and food for those who are in desperate need. But the fact that I was able to get over 200 gold pieces with the alms box within the first, I think, 3 or 4 sessions, and was able to get it to the church, I feel like that was, 1, an accomplishment, 2, was just one of the best things ever, and it just became a staple point from that on. Number 27, favorite curse or cursed item. I will tell you the story of the Amulet of Bureaucracy. Now, the Amulet of Bureaucracy was a cursed item that my Dungeon Master had bestowed upon me in 2nd edition. I had found it. I didn't put it on, I found it, and I got it identified by the group wizard, or magic user as it was known back then. I then decided to slip it on to the group magic user one night. You see, the Amulet of Bureaucracy is a cursed item that cannot be removed by you. It must be removed by another person. As well as, no one can take an action against you without filling out a form in triplicate, which requires a movement action to do so. Now, before you think, oh, that's pretty good, you also have to fill out a form in triplicate whenever you wish to take an action against anyone else. So if they want to take an action against you, they have to fill out the forms. If you want to take an action against them, you have to fill out the forms. If you rip up the forms or the forms are ripped up, they will be duplicated. In other words, they will reappear. Instead of in triplicate, it will be in sextuplet. Yep. The Amulet of Bureaucracy. The wizard got, or the magic user got it off him, put it on me, and I decided, you know what? It's fair. You know, you got it onto me while I was sleeping. And we're in the middle of a dungeon. I'm not even going to be mad. And then we end up fighting a lich. My god, was it annoying. But thankfully, I was smart enough to think, you know what, he's probably going to get me back by putting it on me. So, my thief had made a little stamp with his signature. And essentially, it acted as his legal signature whenever he, you know, slammed it onto the paper. So he used that to fill out the forms quicker. And, well, I didn't have a problem after that. The Lich, on the other hand, every time he tried to hit me with a spell, had to, fill out the forms, and he didn't quite understand, so he ripped up the forms, he got more forms, and just became increasingly frustrated. So he figured it out, and man, that was a weird combat. Shortly after, the DM took away the amulet, and I was like, okay, that's getting ridiculous. Most frequently rolled numbers on a D20. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Number 28 first. PCs you have sworn off playing. Now, I don't know if they mean, like, character classes that I've sworn off playing, or player characters I'm never playing with again. If it's the latter, go watch the video, Don't Be That Guy. And just so you know, I have no malice towards any player or any person that I refuse to play with. It's just, I play to have fun, or I DM to have fun. I don't want to be frustrated. But if it's like a character class that I've sworn off playing, I haven't found one yet. And I've played most of the classes. Most frequently rolled number on a D20. 11. I use this set of dice right here. I keep them separate from all my other dice. In fact, here's all my other dice. I need more dice. Here's all my other dice. And here is my favorite dice. There's one dice in here that will always roll over a 12. Always. It's a clear red die with white numbers, and it's got little air bubbles in it. It wasn't properly balanced when it was created. This set, on the other hand, is a black set of dice with gray speckles and red numbers. The D20 of this set has always rolled 11s. Not perfectly every time, but there was like 1 or 2 sessions where every time I rolled, it was an 11 on the die. And I was like, why? Why? Well, because it's unbalanced for one. But it was so common that it became a bit of a joke for a short amount of time. And thinking back to it, it's kind of annoying because, like, at lower levels, it was okay sometimes. It's like, oh, great. I don't hit, or I can't dodge, or I can't get out of the way, or I, fail my save, or I fucked something up because I can't roll over 11. But there was other times when I got higher levels where the 11 was just the right number because of all my bonuses. Number 30, the last and final one. Best playing and or DMing experience. The best DMing experience that I had, as of this date, it may change in the future. The best DMing experience that I've had, I have had a number of them. A lot of good ones, and I've honestly got to say, there's one guy that I like to say thank you to, for one. Guy, I know him best as Edgar. He's from the Dark Jedi Brotherhood I'm in. Edgar never missed a session, and I feel like that was one of the best things to me, is that he was not only willing to show up to every session, but he was always excited to show up to every session. Never mind the fact that he wanted to create a criminal empire because no one, objected to him wanting to start a criminal empire. And the one thing that they did give him flack about and give him pushback on was starting the religion of the Laser Pope. Yes, the Laser Pope. And then to, get back at them for giving him pushback on the one thing that, they pushed back on him. He spent 5,000 gold pieces of his own money, 5,000 gold pieces, in order to deck out an NPC to make it to where we'll have a higher chance of converting people to the Church of the Laser Pope. That is my number 2. So that's the reason why I said I have to give him a shout out for that, because that has to be the number 2 DMing experience for me. The fact that he showed up to every session, that he always showed up willing to play and rather happy to play, and he always kept it interesting, and he always did something. Edgar, you're a magnificent bastard. That's all I gotta say. So, for my number 1, though, my number 1 DMing experience would have to be for the first time I dungeon mastered Pathfinder with Jay and Chris from Double Blanks Gaming, with Steve, with Matt, with Reggie, who was another guy who I never really talked about, who was there, but, you know, he was an overly vocal person, but he was there. And, you know, there was a lot of funny moments with him, too. They would have to be my best DMing experience, that entire campaign of shenanigans. Because none of us were really versed in Dungeons & Dragons, Pathfinder. I had a little bit of experience, but not enough to truly dungeon master at that point. And that campaign was just wrought with mistakes and bad decisions and hilarity, because we were just, you know, a bunch of high school friends hanging out together, and it was pretty good. And I liked that. I liked that so much. So yeah, that's the last of the 30-day challenge. Now, on to some news. I will be recording within the next few days the first session of the Suriskin campaign. I hope to have it up as soon as possible. It will be a long video. I will not be cutting it into chunks. It will be one long video. The reason being is that it's an actual campaign. It will probably be 2 to 3 hours. And that's what I hope all the campaigns will be like, because that's how it should be. The players so far, I'll let them introduce themselves, but as far as their characters, we have Reginus and Alvar Willow, who are brothers. Reginus is a Aasimar Celestial Pact Warlock, and his brother is a Aasimar Barbarian. They come from the Kingdom of Arvis. The other two are also another pairing. They're not quite saints. The first one is Tulip, who is a halfling bard, who is not quite sure where she hails from, only that she's looking for an object that's rightfully hers. And she's traveling with her adopted father, a turtle monk. And he is traveling through the lands with his adoptive daughter to help her on her quest. And his name is Kiata. We might have a fifth join us. From what I understand, he will be. But I'll wait until he actually joins us, and when he does, he'll introduce himself. And there also might be a sixth joining us, which if that's the case, oh my god, why did I let the number get so big? I do my best with like 4 players. The Pathfinder got up to like 7 or 8, and it was insane. Not the one with Chris and Jay, and then, no, I did another one with some of my friends from the Dark Jedi Brotherhood, and this is the one that Edgar was in, and then he showed up for every session. That campaign was beautiful in its own sense, but it got up to like 7 or 8 players, and I just, oh my god, wore me out. Because there was Edgar, Terrell, Seraphal, Juna. These are their DJV names. Junazi, Len. Okay, it was Terrell, Edgar, Junazi, Seraphal, Len, KG. There was a couple others who joined, but you know, eventually didn't come back, unfortunately. Who else was it? I can't remember right now. But I know for a fact that I got up to 8. There was 2 other players that I can't remember right now. But nonetheless, I'm going to be recording that, and hopefully it turns out to be a good campaign. As I always say, if I can so long as make one person smile, if I can entertain one person a day, then it's been a good day. Because I do this as a hobby. No other reason. So, catch you guys in the next one.